I weigh in this. Let's see if it give it last till the next season. In a flash, take out. Give me the next reason. Flip for my people's here. Spit for my people's here. Yeah. Time to get rich with my people's here. Cut off a snake's head, then we break bread. Same team, no games. You on the ground trying to fake dead.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. For the Thunder, they come into this game after a loss to the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. Almost ready for tip-off, but first a moment to talk about something that often gets overlooked, defense. Kenny, who are the most impressive defenders in the NBA right now?
Well, defense doesn't get overlooked by championship teams, and I'm going to name some guys who either played on championship team or contenders. Kawhi.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. Last outing for Minnesota, they won that game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And what a fight. Ibaka, and Freak subbed in for Lance Stevenson. So the Thunder 5 right now. Gray in at shooting guard. Anthony Morrow out there with Durant. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's McGarry in at the 5 spot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And what hot hands have been coming from the ranks of the small forwards this past month. A look at the leading shooting percentages for those players. Kevin Durant third.
And that tells you about their ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively. I mean, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of a percentage.
That's accurate, but you can't do what they've done without a superb outside shot as well. I mean, that's not a problem for this group. They certainly can drain the jump shot.
Minnesota making a switch here. Jones is checked in.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Pass to Muhammad. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Flip Saunders. And Doris, what'd you find out?
Defending Kevin Durant is one of their focal points in this matchup. He told me that Durant gives defenders problems because he can pull up and shoot at any time from any distance. He said usually you can try and funnel and trap a player, but with Kevin, there isn't really a way to force him out of his range.
And thanks for that story, Doris. That is good.
Good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Thunder trailing by 6. Westbrook kicks to Gray. Fires for 3, and he gets the bucket.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Zhang a screen. And Muhammad kicks to Johnson. The shot, no good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
It's a good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on a three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Waiters is checked in.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gray dishes to Morrow. The pass to Gray. Lets it fly. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Minnesota in the lead. And here's Jones. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Johnson the screen, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
5 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Gray. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do right there, Greg, and the timing.
And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him. Well, if you wonder how there it is, huh?
You in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get. The second quarter going back here. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Oklahoma City.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
And they're also clicking at the free throw line, not wasting any of those opportunities.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Minnesota, Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's Levine in at the 1. The Thunder with the lead. Gray kicks to Stevenson. Pass to Gray. Raiders on the wing. 5 on the clock. To the wing right side. Gray's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Wiggins right side. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. But spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Taking a look at some stats for Martin. His last 10 games, he's around 14 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Waiters. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Timberwolves put on a show. He had 18 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us...
And so it's a close game.
Kevin, you up?
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last. The Thunder leading by 5. So for Oklahoma City right now, Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Freak is out there with Lance Stevenson, and it's Cantor in at the 5 down low.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
There's a screen by Cantor. Stevenson passes to Gray. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. 11 points for Freak. The Timberwolves have got a paltry 0 of 6 to begin the third quarter. What a terrible start to the half. Here's Levine, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. While we have a moment here, let's reveal the teams that have been holding opponents to the fewest points this month. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
And they've just been on a defensive tear. I mean, allowing so few points. And really, I think it's the energy with which they play.
First one falls for him. And so Levine nails both of them. The Thunder leading by 5. Here's Gray. 11 points in the game. There's a screen by Cantor. Gray kicks to Durant. Freak with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Minnesota's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Now the dish to Towns. Gets an open look and hits. Towns has got 6.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up...
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like hammered down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter. Just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Martin with the bucket.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
There's a screen by Cantor. Here's Gray. And again, unable to change momentum here. 3-on-3. Towns dishes to Levine. On the wing, Wiggins. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Now it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Stevenson drives in. Over to the wing. Cantor, the pass to Stevenson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gray. Buried from 15 feet out. Gray's got 4 points now in the quarter. 1:44 left to play here in the third. Here's Levine, and Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Garnett. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Wiggins, and Nelson is subbed in for Kevin Martin. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Oklahoma City. The feed to Jang. Nelson, no one around him. Morrow with the rebound. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. And that one's good. 15 points for Freak.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Passes it to Nelson. They set the pick. He feeds it to Muhammad. Here's Levine, covered by Gray. Levine can't hit.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Ibaka with the screen on Nelson.
Move the ball. Stick it to Mike.
Gray kicks to Morrow. Outside for Durant. They get it back. Cantor laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Cantor's got 8.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. Feeds to Muhammad. 4 on the clock. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Some changes for Minnesota. Johnson comes in for 2. Oklahoma City's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Nelson is out there with Muhammad. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Towns. It's Jang in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Wiggins. Couldn't score after going the length of the floor. Oklahoma City trailing. And a wide open look for Freak. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. And that's 17 points for Freak. And Clark, we've seen some great competition in this one.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, looking at the lead changes really kind of tells the story of this game.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Wiggins drives in. Misses, and the dry spell continues. And here are the Thunder now. They lead by 1. Freak with it, and it's Nelson picking him up. In the corner, it's Stevenson. Here's Gray. And it's off from 3-point range. Minnesota shooting a meager 37% for the game. Jang a screen. And Muhammad kicks to Nelson. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And now the fast break. Nelson with the ball. Can't hit. Excellent D from Cantor. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Freak with it. Back to Stevenson. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it to Gray. The 3. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got 4 assists now tonight.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Flip Saunders was just going over the plan with his team. tonight to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for the Timberwolves. Green comes in for Nelson. Palmer dishes to Garnett. Wiggins drives in. Back to Garnett. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And you can feel the crowd react as one.
Yeah, that shot got them out of their seats and off their hands.
And guys, what a blast of energy that just sent through this entire building.
Stevenson outside. He kicks it to Gray. He dishes it to Cantor. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Cantor's got 4 points in the quarter.
All right, target center, coming out of the court now, your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
.103 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Levine. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
Now here's Freak. Screened by Ibaka. Freak with it. Now Garnett defending. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Goes up on the high post. Levine can't hit. A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart. And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
Well, I tell you, I think his body control and concentration in the air are really unique.
Nails it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game. So it's over. Oklahoma City picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close.
Russell, congratulations on this win. What were the
2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant. He was the engine that drove this team the whole night, and his teammates had no problem harnessing the power of that motor.
This is what you love to see out your star players. He's the guy you rely on to give a team a win. Both ends of the floor.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.